Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-Second Gaming. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the 5 rules for climbing in Apex. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a solo or with a full stack of players, these are rules that you need to be implementing into your gameplay if you really want to climb and get better at Apex. And guys, you can't just be implementing one, you can't implement two, you gotta be doing all of them if you really want to see improvements. And while this video will help you guys improve at Apex, if you're really looking to take your Apex game to the next level, then you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there, we have top level coaches who know what it takes to get to the highest level of the game, and they're sharing that knowledge with you. We have hundreds of guides on the site already, with more coming out every single week, and they are site exclusive, so you will not find them anywhere else. These guides will help you no matter what you struggle with in Apex. We got legend guides, gun guides, VOD reviews, and even videos breaking down your favorite pro players and streamers so you can play more like them. So if you're looking to hit Diamond, Masters, or even Predator, click the link in the description, pick yourself up a membership, or I'll sick my turtle on you. But okay, with that covered, let's jump into the rules. And the first rule that you guys need to be following is never flame your team. Now, this might sound like more of a solo queue thing, but trust me, people flame their teammates all the time in a 3-stack and it never accomplishes anything. Look, I see it all the time where people have one bad misplay or something just happens that they can't control and then their teammates start to flame them. And this literally does nothing to help you guys out. It actually could end up hurting you because if you're typing something to your team and somebody comes around the corner, you won't be able to react to them and you'll die. The more that you guys let these negative thoughts run your mind, the more that you will lose focus on important things. Because if you're staring at that text box looking at what your teammate is typing to you, then you might be missing key important details. Like, for example, a team might be walking up beside you and you're not paying attention, so you won't know. The only thing that flaming does is make everyone angry and less likely to work together. You guys have to remember, you're all in the same rank. Take your ego out of the equation and start to work with your team. Be more positive, be more uplifting. If something goes wrong, don't get upset about it. Be encouraging, tell them it's okay, it happens. I'm sure that you have misplayed something in your Apex career as well. If you're more uplifting, you guys will work better as a team and be more likely to win the game. But now we can dive into rule number 2, and that is you guys need to be taking less damage. And I know a lot of you probably just looked at your computer screen or phone and said, yeah, no duh. But this just isn't straight up, hey, take less damage in fights so you don't die and you can win. This is more of the fact that people are way too willing to put themselves into danger to try to secure something like a knock in a fight. But sometimes you don't even get that knock, and in turn you get massive amounts of damage dealt to you, or even you get knocked as well. If you're trading that massive amount of damage for no real return, then you probably just cost your team the fight. In a game like Apex, you always need to be aware of your positioning so you can always take the least amount of damage possible. This is something you guys really need to drill into your brains if you want to succeed at Apex. You never want to risk yourself trying to pull off a god mode play. They almost never work out. This is something that I had to learn the hard way, and that some fights are better off taken slow. And I know that third parties are rough, especially right now in Kings Canyon, but if you die in a fight trying to be a hero, you're gonna lose anyway. At least with the third party, you'll be healthy enough to fight it off and you do have a chance of making it out alive. But if you run in head first trying to be that hero and you take a lot of damage, then you can't really do much to help your team. So in a fight, always be minimizing the amount of damage that is being done to you. But now next up, rule number 3, your average performance is dictating your rank. Climbing in Apex is a marathon, not a sprint. You're not just playing one game and that's it, you are playing multiple games over a split. And the best way to start to climb is to fix your average. And that might sound a little bit complicated, so let me break it down. The best way to fix your average is to fix your lowest points. If you think about it this way, to improve your best skill by a small amount is an insanely hard task. But improving your weakest skill by a large amount is a lot more achievable. Say you have really good aim, but you have no idea how to read a zone. Reading zones is a very easy skill to learn, but improving aim if you already have really good aim is very tough. So if you have good aim and you improve that zone reading knowledge, then you have just bumped up your average as a player and you'll be able to climb a lot easier. And something that you guys should always have in the back of your mind when you're playing games like this is if you play one game like you're a diamond player and then 3 games like you're a silver player, you're actually just a gold player. Always be thinking about your averages so you can really start to improve and climb. Jumping into rule number 4 though, this is always be conscious. Now, the way that the human brain is wired is we always want to drift into autopilot. You want to save as much energy as you possibly can. But in a game like Apex where you constantly need to be taking information and you have to be aware of every single moment and not be autopiloting. I know that some people might not want to do this, but trust me, it does help. You want to play like every game is a tournament. You want to play like every game has money on the line or something that you have to lose. That way you are taking every game as seriously as possible and you will drift a lot less. If you watch your favorite streamer when they're playing ranked at a high level, do you ever see them kind of drift away? Some of them might get caught into conversation, but if they do, a lot of them get caught off guard. But if you watch the ones that are constantly focused, constantly zeroed in, they never ever get caught off guard, and that's what you need to be doing. Something to help yourself with this is always be constantly asking yourself, what is next? When you ask yourself that question and you answer it, you'll tend to find that you actually have some pretty decent answers. And then you'll never be on autopilot because you're constantly reminding yourself of what you have to be doing. And that actually leads into rule number 5, because this is a bad plan is better than no plan. Every single little part of your Apex game needs to be planned out as best as you possibly can. What legends are you playing? Where are you dropping? What guns are you trying to run? Are you trying to play edge or are you trying to play zone? When you're rotating, do you want a third party to fight? There are always constantly things that you need to have planned out. And with that, plans do change. Apex is a game that is constantly evolving throughout the entirety of the match, so you have to be adapting to whatever circumstances you find yourself in. But when your plan changes and you have to adapt to something, even the worst plan is better than not having a plan at all, because then you at least have some structure and people that you're playing with know what the general goal is. I cannot tell you how many times I have come upon a team, shot at them, they have no idea what to do and they stand there like deer in the headlights and I just get free KP. But if you have a goal in mind, then your team is a lot less likely to be starstruck by that, and then they will actually be able to kick themselves into gear, get out and not die. Now I'm going to go back to these high level players to reinforce my point. If you take a look at any pro team that plays in ALGS, they know exactly what they want to do every single game. They know where they're dropping, they know what they have to do on rotations, they know what general guns they want to use, and they always have an overarching plan. Now, it may not go that way and they may have to change things on the fly, but they always have that overarching goal mapped out. And they're all on the same page, and if you want to climb in Apex, you need to have an overarching goal every single game as well. Now, implementing these rules will not be an overnight thing. It's something that you're going to have to work towards. But my best advice is to implement one, get that down, then work on implementing the next one. And then over time, you will have all these rules down, and you will actually see some massive success in your Apex games. But now I have a question for you guys, the community. Is there one rule that you follow when you're playing Apex? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to see what kind of stuff you guys do. And with all this being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.